Hey everybody, and welcome to a fun, exciting video. Today's video is kind of a big deal. I've never done anything like this before. It was a very ambitious project, and I cannot wait to share with you what I mean and what I'm talking about. So, as most of you probably know already, I have been on Crafty Lisa's vintage design team all year, and it has been such a fulfilling team to be a part of. All of the team members are so different in their style and the things they like to create, and it just is so inspiring to see so many different styles of crafting and creating using these amazing vintage things that Lisa sources. But recently, Lisa reached out to me and asked if we could collaborate on a project together. She loves the October vibes of all the medical ephemera and all the spooky stuff. Like, October is one of her favorite months, and she just loves that style and that aesthetic. And she asked if I wouldn't mind creating one of my pre-decorated traveler's notebooks and use supplies that she had available. And I was just like, yes. I have tons of friends that love October and love journaling about it, and they do like October daily, and I think it's such a fun project, and I've just never personally had enough vintage ephemera to sort of make that project work personally. So having Lisa reach out to me and ask if we could work on this project together, I was super excited. I'm already on her design team, so I was already getting some things, but she sent over a few extra, especially of like the medical labels and the prescription labels. I personally love using those, and I was super excited to be able to freely create using all of the stuff that she's got. She has a ton in the way of oranges and grays and blacks and whites and the medical labels and just everything. It was just super cohesive. So I used my design team pack, which is everything that you see in that little bucket, as well as the extras that she sent over, and I am really, really, really proud of the project. I was super ambitious in the way that I actually recorded creating the entire insert, and I did plan on adding some extra like stamping and just like other extra things that I didn't have at my disposal at the time of filming, because I needed to get the filming done quickly because the babies were napping, and the routine has really been messed up the past couple of weeks with Cullen going to school and Clara having to nap a lot earlier, and we have sort of off and on, slowly back and forth, been getting them off of pacifiers for the past 2 years. And I have weaned them personally like 7 or 8 times off of pacifiers, but my husband, in a state of weakness, always succumbs to whatever they ask for, which is totally fine. Like, I understand he does not want to, like, he wants to enjoy his time with them, and sometimes when they get to that point where they just need to cope, they need sort of that coping mechanism, and it's a lot easier for me. I'm used to it. I can sort of live past it, but we have officially gotten rid of all the pacifiers in the house, so it's just been a really rough transition the past couple of weeks. So it has made filming difficult and creating in general. So when I sat down to film this, I really thought I was only going to get like 2 or 3 pages done, and like that was going to be it. I just thought it would be like a quick little peek into the process of creating one of these inserts, but actually I was able to get the entire thing done. It took me 55 minutes from start to finish because I recorded the whole thing and I managed to edit it down and get it down to whatever the time is now. Anyway, all of that to say, I am just, kind of excited that I got the project done and that I did it all on camera. I've never done anything like this before. Whenever I make these inserts personally, it usually takes me a couple weeks because I'm not wanting to do the whole thing in one sitting, because I don't want the whole thing to feel exactly the same. Usually when I'm making my personal inserts for sale, other than my Christmas one, because that's like super themed, all the other ones, I wanted to just sort of feel different. like every page or so, because I wanted to feel like it was something that the user created, you know, and I didn't want it to feel like overly cohesive, and I wanted it to feel like they could add any of the memorabilia or ephemera that they could come into contact with while they were using it. But for this particular one, the themed ones, it's a little bit easier to use all the same all the same things, and especially for this specific project because I was working with Lisa on it and really wanted to use the things that she sent. But I had planned on after I was not filming, going in and maybe adding some stamping or distressing or maybe other things personally from my stash. I know I didn't use a whole lot of book pages, which is what I tend to really love. I just was going off of using those 2 prescription sheets at the top, and that was basically what I was using to, you know, create a base for all my clusters. I think I used almost every single one of her bingo sheets too, which I tried to cover up so that it didn't feel like a bingo sheet every single time I used it. I was just trying to get the color pulled out of that specific piece because she did give me a bunch of really great colors. I had like different shades of orange and black and red and like neutrals and stuff. So anyway, that being said, the whole project was super fun. I really enjoyed it. It wasn't as if I didn't want to do it. I just didn't feel like I had the time or the headspace to get the project done quickly, because I had to get it done quickly because I have to be able to get it to my printer, start doing pre-orders, and get everything ready to be sent out very, very quickly, because it has to be in the customer's hands by October 1st if it wants to be a usable product for the month of October. So I definitely felt this need to move very quickly, and I just wasn't having a great day, and I just came into my office, and Emmett was actually in here with me. He was FaceTiming one of his friends while they were playing a game together, and the time just flew, and the inspiration was flowing. I felt like it was just coming super easily, and I hope that comes across in that way, that I did limit my supplies very much so. I was like legitimately only using things that Lisa sent me. I think I used a single dictionary page that I had used in a previous project, and it was still laying on my desk, and it was actually from a medical journal or a medical dictionary, so it worked out perfectly. But yeah, everything else was strictly things that I used from Lisa's stash. So it was just so much fun. I really enjoyed this. And I can't wait to use this project personally. Anyway, all of that being said, I'm really dragging this out because I'm kind of terrified to say it out loud, but I actually show at the very end of this video what I'm talking about, what I'm about to tell you. But unfortunately, because Emmett was in the office with me, he left my office door open when he left the room. And I am very strict on my office space. Normally the boys are not allowed in my office at all, but he was using my charger to charge his iPad, and the babies are not allowed in under any circumstances unless I literally am holding on to them. Anyway, the door was left open, and one of the babies brought in a cup of water and a bottle of water. They left it on my desk, and I'm gonna let your imagination run with this, okay? I do not think the babies knocked the water over, because I found Callie after the fact and she was soaking wet. And the last time I was in my office, she was on my desk. So in my imagination, I am picturing the door being left open after Emmett left, the babies coming in with their cup and their water bottle, setting it down on the desk, and seeing Callie and getting excited and trying to love on her. I think she panicked because she was probably in a deep cat sleep. And when she was awoken by them in her face, I think she panicked and she knocked the water over. And I don't know how long it had been unsupervised, probably at least 5 minutes or so. And I came into my office because I saw that my door was open, because you can see light coming out of it down the hall. And I came in here and saw everything soaking wet. My the insert that I had just completed and walked away from was sitting in a pile of water, completely soaked. The whole thing was soaking wet. And there was a cup knocked over and the water bottle knocked over, totally emptied. Everything was soaking. Everything on my desk was ruined because all the papers bled. Anyway, I was in total shock. I just stood there staring. Timothy came in and immediately scooped up my insert before I could even say anything or react, and he took it into the office and he tried to dry it. He put paper towels in between each page, being sure not to tear anything, and we put it under, we put it in between two books and under some weight to try to press it down so it didn't wrinkle or warp. But there was some substantial damage done. The spine was completely ripped because I was just using like a cheap Michaels insert, because the paper quality of the base insert doesn't really matter because I'm just taking it to my printers and having them scan it in and print it on my high quality paper. So I'm never really worried about the actual base paper quality. This was just laying around and I just decided to use it, but the paper quality is terrible. Anyway, totally ruined. I checked on it last night and it was bleeding terribly, and I cried and I screamed and I just fell on the ground in just total shock and just did not know what to do. I silently cried while I was cleaning the mess up. And I checked on it this morning and it's very warped. It's in really, really, really tough condition. I have contemplated just throwing the entire thing away, maybe even asking my printer, he also does like design work, to see if he can fix it, like try to take some of the bleeding away. But I got into contact with Lisa and I told her what happened and I showed her what happened, and she loves the look. She loves the effect of it. She thinks it's the coolest thing ever. She thinks it adds to the total vibe of the notebook and wants me to continue going forward with the project. So I put a video clip at the end of this video. I'm going to leave it up to you guys. I guess I'm going to do a pre-order because I don't want to order so many notebooks and have nobody buy them, because I did that last time and I have 78 of volume 3 inserts just sitting in my office and haven't sold any of them. So that was a very expensive lesson for me to learn. It was really disheartening. I feel like volume 3 is my favorite insert that I've ever made out of all of them. And for it to just not sell was just like super disheartening. It's why I haven't done another one. But when Lisa reached out and wanted to do this project, I said yes, because I know a lot of people that love Halloween. But like I said, I'm going to do a pre-order. So, based on the pre-order sales, that's how many I will order. It does not take very long to get them in from the printer because everything is done in-house. They already have my paper. They have everything. They just need like a physical copy to go off of. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. Like I said, I show you guys at the end what it all looks like, but I've got it sat here right now and I'm looking at it and it is really, really in tough shape. Some of these tickets bled really super bad, especially those orange ones. It was just demoralizing, you know? So, anyway, I'm going to bring it in closer for you guys to see the perfect pristine condition of the insert. And then after I show you the close-ups, you guys are going to see the end result. I hope that you like it. I hope that you have liked this process anyway. I will leave everything you need to find Lisa's information down below because this sale was really, really great. But that is going to be it for me. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please feel free, as always, to leave them down below. If you are not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any videos like this in the future. And if you're interested in a pre-decorated traveler's notebook, please make sure to check out my Etsy shop. My most recent one was my volume 3. It's personally my favorite I've done so far, but that, I guess, is a biased opinion. And that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys have a great day, and I appreciate you hanging out with me. I'll catch you guys later. Thanks. Bye. Hey guys. Okay, so I'm going to try not to make you all sick, but basically this is what the final result looks like. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool, and maybe in print it will translate a little bit better. But this is the kind of bleeding that I am personally worried about. I feel like that isn't cute. This bled from this tag, and this kind of stuff I think is kind of cool because it really has a distressed look, but the orange is just not cute. So, I mean, like, it is in really, really bad shape. The staples, like, just fell out, but, yeah. I don't know if this project is worth trying to save, if you guys are into it, if it tells a cool story or not. If I try to have my printer try to remove some of these really, really orange spots, like this I love. I think that's totally cool. And if I could add texture to paper, I probably would, because I feel like that gives it like an even more like grimoire type look. But this is the kind of stuff. If I have my guy try to remove this, I'm going to have to pay him for his time, and he's not cheap. So, I don't know if it's worth it trying to get him to remove this staining, or if I should just leave it, or if I should just do it on a couple of pages. You guys let me know what you think. Like, this one especially really bothers me. I'm sorry about the video quality being super terrible. I'm trying to hold it and not make you sick, but yeah. So sad. Anyway, thanks.